I'm unboxing the new Chaos Space Marines releases from the Eye of Terror campaign book, the new plastic Mutilators, Kravek Morne, and the reimagined Defiler. Let's just say these kits are a bit of a mixed bag, so stick around. We're taking a close look at the instruction booklets and sprues, and I tell you what to watch out for. Let's kick things off with the Mutilators. So 3 miniatures in this box. So let's see what's inside. Okay, we have the assembly instructions, which I'm gonna show you in a moment. We have the updated transfer sheet for the Chaos Space Marines infantry. I have the old version here for comparison. Yeah, you can see the new version has a few more icons and markings. And you get 50mm bases, as well as these two sprue segments. Let's check out the assembly guide first. So you have these weapon appendages that are interchangeable. So you get 6 of them, 2 for each miniature. And these can be freely interchanged between the 3 models. Apart from that, the models are all monopose. So yeah, no interchangeable parts, also no extra heads or something. All you can change is the weapon appendages with one of the 6 that you get in the box. 3 left hands with weapons and 3 right hands. Yeah, and that's it. 3 miniatures, 50mm bases. Yeah, so when it comes to options, this kit is quite sparse. In terms of look, they line up really nicely with all the other Demon Engine models, as well as the Obliterators. They're a bit more heavily armored than the Obliterators, as they are frontal assault troops. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with this kit. There's also not much plastic here that you get, just this small sprue and even smaller segment here. So let's check this out. Yeah, the detail is really nice, even though, in my opinion, they could have made the weapon appendages a bit more gruesome, a bit more mutated. I feel this kit plays it all quite safe. And for the price that they're asking, I think there should have been at least a few extra heads or cosmetic pieces other than the interchangeable hands, so that not all Mutilators look the same if you want to buy multiple kits. Okay, next is Kravek Morne, the new Iron Warrior Warsmith. You get 1 miniature in this box. Yeah, so not much surprises. Get an assembly guide, get a 60mm base and the sprue. So let's check out the assembly guide first. Yeah, so as you might expect from a special character, this model is monopose. So no options, no posing options, no alternate weapons, no alternate heads. What you see is what you get here. And I think the model is quite nice. Morne is wearing some suit of custom Cataphractii armor, which is called the Iron Mantle. And he has a big power hammer, and that is called the Last Argument. And for the sprue, we see here there are some really nice details here. These little armor decorations that seem to be very Horus Heresy-like. Yeah, his hammer, quite long. All his appendages. Studded shoulder armor. Yeah, and that's it from the other side. Let's check out the head sculpt. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, nice little model. And then we have the Defiler, and I like this model so much. If you liked the video so far, please give a like and subscribe to the channel for even more unboxings. And now I'm gonna show you what's inside this box. There are so many options, so let's check them out. So what do we get here? We have the assembly instructions. Then we have a lot of large sprues. Here we have all the weapons and appendages. Then here we have the lower torso. I'm gonna show you the sprues in detail in a moment. And here we have even more appendages and stuff. By the way, on taleofpainters.com you can also download high-res sprue images for all of these kits. So go check that out. And you have a huge 160 millimeter base, as well as the updated Chaos Space Marines vehicle transfer sheet with a full color print and also gold print for the Black Legion markings. Okay, let's check out the assembly guide. And there's a lot of things to discover here. So basically you can build the Defiler in two poses. One has the upper torso like slightly tilted to the left and the other one slightly tilted to the right. And these are color coded. So pose 1 has these blue steps here, and the other pose has these building steps marked with green. Yeah, so we start by building the torso and see the two variant poses here. There are some seam lines because the abdomen piece is made from two halves. So we'll have a visible seam line here. So you have to keep that in mind. You can choose between two different loin armor plate designs. And then there are a lot of cosmetic options for the neck armor. There are 3 different designs, one with a large chaos star and one that can be built with an optional trophy rack. And then you get a lot of heads here. Basically you have the head unit built on a ball joint, so you can slightly tilt the head. And then you get loads of face plates. You have 4 generic ones, and then you have one for the Iron Warriors, one for the Word Bearers, one World Eaters faceplate, Thousand Suns, as well as Emperor's Children and Death Guard. So pretty much all the major legions. Only Alpha Legion and Night Lords have to go with one of the generic faceplates. And then if you decided to go for the Thousand Suns build, you also get an additional hood piece that looks a bit like a psychic hood here. Then you can freely interchange the 6 X-Horst stacks. So you can place them where you want and mix them around. That's quite nice. You get 2 sets of shoulder armor plates. One with studs, one with spikes. And for the battle cannon and the ectoplasma destructor, you can have to choose. You can choose between 2 of these weapon shields. You can also add an optional chain dangling from the shield. And yeah, 2 weapon options here. You can slightly tilt the guns up and down, either the battle cannon or the ectoplasma destructor. And then you can also have hull guns, 2 sets. And as you can see here, based on which pose you got for the upper torso, you can also have multiple poses for the claws, either with one claw raised or all of the claws attached to the base. And if you feel adventurous, you can also mix and match these appendages. Yeah, first it shows you how to build all of the claws for the first pose. And this model is a bit of a complex build, so we have to build 6 of these claw appendages, which are all multi-part, and then you have like these dangling hoses that you need to attach. So yeah, so take your time with this. And you also get these little or slightly larger pieces of debris that you need to attach to the base and then sink the claws into these pieces. So for the weapon arms, there are also multiple options. You can have the las cannons and Reaper autocannons in pairs, but you can also have a heavy Bane Flamer for the right arm and a heavy missile launcher for the left arm. Or you can also go for an Electro Scorch, which can go either left or right. Or you can mix and match as you see fit. So for the autocannon, las cannon and the heavy Bane Flamer, these all use the same weapon mounts, so you can quite easily magnetize those. The Electro Scorch is a build of its own. Yeah, so here we have all of the right arms. These are also attached on ball joints, so you can slightly position them and move them around as you see fit. However, as you can see here, some of the weapons have these hoses attached, which limits the posability. But the Electro Scorch is quite movable. Yeah, and then for the left arm, again, you can also have the autocannon or las cannon, or you can go for a missile launcher or for another Electro Scorch. You also get an extra piece of rubble that you can freely place on the base as you see fit. So as you can see, this kit has so many assembly options. You can go for a more close combat build with the raised claw looking very aggressive and brutal in the Electro Scourges. Or you can go for more of a ranged combat version with all of the claws planted in the ground and then either the las cannons or the Reaper autocannons. Yeah, and so many cosmetic options like the different face plates, all of the armor plates that you can change. Yeah, I think this is one of the best large centerpiece kits that Games Workshop has ever released. So yeah, please let me know about your thoughts about all of these new Chaos Space Marine models. I think the Mutilators were a bit lacking, but Kravek Morne, quite a nice sculpt, and the Defiler, pretty much one of my favorite Games Workshop kits of recent times. Yeah, please let me know in the comments, and until next time, happy hobbying.